So for the builder's advanced toolbox, I want to discuss Midjourney. Midjourney is basically everything when it comes to creative. So you can generate your AI images, you can create animations from that. It's pretty much insane. So where Canva really excels in graphic elements such as adding a title or like editing or creating like a brochure or something, Midjourney is basically the creative layer, which is an AI generated image which you can use for Canva, for example, right? So the interface is quite simple. Let's go to explore. You can create all these beautiful elements, so you don't have to use stock, right? So stock is a little bit outdated. People don't want to use it anymore. You want to have custom things for yourself, and also beautiful animations, which you can do, which look like super realistic. It's fantastic. All right. So why visual quality is normally expensive, right? So in the past, a lot of people, they basically pay a lot of money for images, and all these images look pretty much the same. Stock image, I will just show you what it looks. All these things, they're too posed. They're not creative at all. So these things are too generic. Let's stop using this, right? It's very outdated. If I see that, I will not buy it, right? So I will already run away. So custom visuals normally cost too much. You need to think about a photographer or a designer, create something specific and special for you. Now you don't have to do that anymore. So you can basically create anything you want by just giving the right prompt. Especially for animations, right? So animation costs a lot of computing power from your computer. You need to do a lot of manual tweaks. When you want to have something 3D or something realistic, is going to be very, very hard and cost a lot of time, right? So creative ideas die at budget stage. So if you have something wild, something creative, then normally you think about, you need to have a brand manager, like someone who directs everything. Then you need to have a graphic designer, an illustrator, an animator. You just think about it, you need it, right? So now one person team can just get everything done, right? Most of the time your vision get compromised because you don't have enough money, time, or don't want to spend enough energy on it. So the golden builder rule is AI collapses creative costs. So what does this mean is that AI basically makes sure that you can do everything much faster and much cheaper, right? So the time to make something significantly drops. So when you think about using Canva, you can set up all the titles, you can set up your whole template library, and then you just generate with, for example, Midjourney, beautiful images that you can just drop in there, and it goes super fast, right? You don't need a lot of skill, right? So before, you need to find a real good creative artist which can make something beautiful for you. Nowadays, you don't have to do that anymore. So budget constraints drop, so it's much more cheaper. And if you want to iterate something, it's good. Keep in mind there are also some flaws into it. You cannot hyper optimize or customize too many things. If you want to have like a small things different, or if you want to have text in it, most of the time goes wrong. If you have multiple people in there that you want to do specific things, it can go wrong. But in generally, it's good to have, and it's super fast and cheap, right? So what is the power of Midjourney? So unique images. So every image that you create is unique. You can make it very cinematic, that it looks like high-end production, that you need a whole team to make it. You can visualize a whole new world without even using too much imagination, I would say. You can experiment. You can drop in different one. You see directly how it looks. When it's before, you just came up with the concept and you just, this is it, right? And then someone spends a lot of time, energy on the concept, and in the end you have it and you don't like it. And this way you can experiment a lot with what you like and you don't like. It's much more cheaper, right? Concept that didn't fit budgets, now you can. And it sets out the animation foundation. So there are a lot of YouTube content available how to create like insane animations. Even like commercials or like full video movies are already being created with AI, right? Why stock images fail, right? Stock images are super generic, overused, emotionally flat. Everyone's seen it, so they recognize certain stuff. With Midjourney, you can create everything custom. It also fits your brand or need, emotionally specific, and it looks completely different. So generic vs super creative originality. What changes when cost disappears, right? You don't have to think about the constraints of your budget anymore. So you can try more ideas, you can play around with it, see what you like and what you don't like, what fits into your brand. You can be a little bit creative with it. You can explore new ideas, new metaphors, everything you want. You can push basically everything much further, and you don't self-censor, right? So you're not limited anymore. So how do you actually use it? First, you have an idea, right? Then you make a visual interpretation from it. Then you will get it back. Then you refine it, and then you have a perfect direction, right? So whereas before you need to like give like a briefing and a designer can make something out of this. This is also the part with all AI tools. You need to make sure that the prompt is really good. As I said earlier, input is output. So bad input is bad output. So if you put in something beautiful and really good and have a very good prompt, then you will also get better output, right? So let me give you some examples, right? If you want to replace stock, a cinematic photograph of blah, 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 natural lighting, realistic textures, authentic environment, no stock, photo look, high detail. And then here you can say the dimensions, right? So let's just check it out, right? And let's say a sunflower, and let's just generate it, right? So what you can even do, you just say, can you write me a prompt for Midjourney to create a beautiful sunflower photo with the following style. Let's pick some really crazy style. Graph style. Okay, let's pick something cool like this one. This is completely out of the box. Normally you will not do this with the sunflower. You will pick something colorful like this one, right? But let's just try it out with this one. Copy image, just throw it in here. This is what I mainly do. I use ChatGPT to write even prompts for me, right? So you can use that as a base. And what it does right now, it also derives all the information from this image and then writes like the prompt from it, right? So let's see what it comes up with. Beautiful sunflower. See how long. So I copy it. Oh, sunflower. Okay. Yeah, I did a mistype, but check how beautiful this is. Insane. Looks very cinematic. Okay. But this one is more in the style. This is this style. So let's see how it goes. You can even use this copy. I think you can even throw it in here. Yeah. But you can add some style references. Let's see if it goes better after this. Let's do it at the same time. Okay. From animations, you can create beautiful animations from it. So let's just try it out as well here. If you insert the video is much better. But then combined with crazy prompt, it's even more cool. So you can see it goes wrong over here because he uses this 100%, right? So it creates something a little bit weird. So this one is already beautiful. Clean geometric stripes, right? Now, let's just take this one. So what you can do, you can automate everything, right? Write an animation prompt for the sunflower to explode. Right, let's just take this one, save. And let's see what we can do with this. Okay. Then we want to animate this, right? Hi. Okay. It's already makes something randomly. But then you can also choose to use this image again and then use it to explode. Just explode. I want to explode things. Apparently. Let's just use this one. Create starting from. Okay. And I want to loop it. Right. Your creativity is just a limit for this one, as you can see. Right. Okay. This is done. Oh, 59% done. Let's go a little bit further, right? So why animation becomes possible. So you can control scenes, you can control lighting. So with the right prompt, you can say everything you want. You can say, I want this rhino to walk very slow or running towards you. You can do basically anything you want. It's preventing a lot of rework because with animation, you most of the time have to do it. Right now, as you can see, it creates like 5 different versions and I can pick one of it. You can control the frame. You can say, oh, I want to even move the camera like this, or I want to have this dimension. You can name it. Motion builds on still. Okay. Where before you have to buy very expensive stock photos, you have like photo shoots which are super slow. Timelines are insane, right? So especially for animation, can take a couple of days or even weeks to get it done. And then most of the time you need to pay for iterations, which takes more time, etc. Right now you have custom visuals. It almost costs nothing, right? I believe the pricing is very cheap. I can take a look at the pricing as well. Manage subscription. So basically you can see like super cheap. All right, create, and this is already an animation for it. But keep in mind that most of the time the animations are a little bit shorter. I believe 6 or 8 seconds are the max. But what you can do, you can create different ones and then you can stitch it up together, add some music underneath, and you already have something really cool. This one is with the explosion, right? It looks a little bit like Stranger Things with this one. That's crazy. It's Sunflower Man, new creative concept. All right. Then why people don't get any value? So they treat it like art. So it's not art, it's just a usable visual, which you can decide, right? So if you say that you need it for a specific purpose, let's say for business, then let me show you an example how. A lot of people, they just do super generic. They're not very creative, right? So in the end, you just want to make everything as creative as possible. They keep on going with generation. They want to have something perfect, but in the end, keep in mind, speed beats everything, right? So in the end, it doesn't matter if it's not 100% perfect, because nowadays there's so much content to be pushed. So in the end, you're competing against everything, and speed beats everything, right? So let's say this is actually workable. All these backgrounds there with AI and AI generated. That's most of the stuff is basically, this is AI generated. This is basically with one prompt that we used all the time until we perfected into our style and everything, even this. And then no decision making. So a lot of people, they want to comment, keep commenting for commenting. Keep in mind, it's just creative work. You just want to get it out, right? So why builders care about Midjourney? It's super cheap, right? As I showed earlier, for the pricing, it's quite affordable. It's really nice. Dependency risk, so you have your own original artwork that no one has. You have ownership for it, and it's super scalable. And that matter. So how to start? So start with a real problem, right? In this case, you need a new key visual for your branding project. Replace it with a stock image, right? Don't use stock images anymore. They're not very helpful. Explore one creative direction or do more, right? Just check out 5 different concepts. Just go online, just check different styles. Like I can do this one, for example, right now, and at the same time as well, right? So let's say this is sunflower prompt. I just do this style, and then I just say, oh, sunflower. I don't want it exploding. This is the animation. Okay. So this is actually funny. So it's the combination of the prompt of this one with the reference style of this one. So I'm really curious what it will come up with, right? That's why I say you can do a lot of amazing stuff with it. Yeah, and then choose something that works and use that as a reference or reference again. And then in the end, you have one style, right? And then just stop generating, because it will become endless. All right. So cool. Sunflower girl and sunflower boy. Amazing. All right. So if you have any questions or so, just shoot it to me. If ever, just try out a lot, right? So don't settle on the first prompt that you do. Just explore a little bit, see how other people do, test out different styles. You can click on it, and then most of the time you see the prompt. So this one is basically resized from a photo, even an animation. Remove the inscription. I want to find something, yeah. So you can see how they do it, and you can even copy it, right? So boom, just submit it. And then let's see what I create. Normally how I do stuff as well, if I look for something, I just, let's say, duck a cartoon style. Because over here you have a nice overview already, right? So you pick something that you like, right? Let's say this one, copy image, I throw it over here. I want to have a Midjourney prompt that will create this image, right? And then I utilize that into Midjourney. Easy peasy. Okay, boom, done, fast. And then if you notice that things don't work perfectly, you can just adjust it a little bit. So if ever you can go to YouTube, there's a lot of content available how to really create amazing stuff. But I just want to share with you this tool and how powerful it actually is. That's why I give a few advantages, right? So this one, then you can even ask, hey, make it 3D style or so. But this basically, I like this one even more. This one is fantastic. Let's just animate this one as well while we're at it. And after that, I think you have enough information to make something yourself. Also super fast. And before it costs a long time to generate everything, but you can see these images if you just throw it in and it just goes so fast. Keep in mind the limitations is mainly with, let's say, words, right? Very specific things. Let's say if you want to change something over here, it's very difficult. There are some tools where you can do it. They just edit and edit tools. I believe you can do something. You can do more stuff with it, but I leave that up to you to explore. Let's just check out this animation. 9, 8, almost there. Almost there, little ducky. I think he's gonna lean backwards. And you can also like prompt it however you want. You can say what the duck wanna do. In this example where I want to have exploding. There we are. Boom. Okay. Little ducky. Happy little ducky. Jumping little ducky. You see? That's funny. Amazing. Okay, cool. You can download it. You can do everything with it. Good luck. I hope you generate something creative and never stop and make something. The sky's the limit and there's no limit to your imagination. So just go wild.